here today. I'm about to go and host a live sweep picking masterclass, but I'm going to share with you the 5 principles of the building blocks to sweep picking. So the first building block is that you need to coordinate your 2 hands. And a lot of people, they get very hung up on this and they believe that they don't have it in them to do sweep picking because they feel like it's very hard to actually get that coordination down, okay? So the second principle is to get the dynamics and to get the power. And a lot of people who play heavy metal guitar, a lot of people who do high intensity guitar playing, they erroneously believe that they can very quickly switch into classical playing because they have the speed and they have the precision. But the truth about classical is that it is 10 times harder than heavy metal, even if you're playing extreme metal, for the simple reason that you have all of these different changes in emotion, so to speak. So you go from playing very, very fast to then playing very slow. You go from playing very hard to then playing very soft, and it can be quite tricky in terms of how you're managing your body to go from doing a very quick intense run to then sort of ease up, and then it's all about feel. So the ultimate test when it comes to playing the guitar is whether you can actually deliver on the dynamics of a classical piece. The pieces are long, so they require a lot of stamina from you as a player, and they also require precision and that kind of oomph that you have as a metal player, but not too much of it because you have to be able to deliver the overall dynamics of the piece, right? So dynamics and power, that's another building block when it comes to sweep picking specifically. A third thing is that you need to get the form, and if you are into weightlifting or anything that has to do with sports, then you will know how important it is to have the right form. If you lift without having the right form, then you can injure yourself, and you can injure yourself quite badly when it comes to weightlifting. When it comes to being able to actually do a sweep, then you have to have the correct form. That has to do with a number of things, right? So a lot of people, they get stuck on this because they keep on they kind of stumble basically, and they kind of get stuck in the strings, and this kind of reinforces the negative self-belief that people think that, oh, they can't do a sweep, right? So another thing, now I'm kind of getting lost in my own talking here, but the next principle is it's very important to have the right gear, very important to have the right gear when you're playing. Back in 2014, I actually changed a lot of the gear that I was using, and I did that to accommodate the playing that I wanted to do. I had a very specific goal. The studio had been booked, and I was going to do a full album with the classical virtuoso material on the guitar together with Craig Ogden. So I had 6 months to prepare myself, and part of that preparation was to get ready to play Introduction and Rondo Capriccioso that had never before been played on a 7-string electric guitar, that had never before been recorded professionally, never been done the way that we wanted to do it. And to be honest, we weren't really sure if it was actually possible to physically actually do that piece. So it was like what I have done when it comes to Zigeunerweisen and Introduction is like 2 absolutely crazy things to do as a guitar player. And back in 2014, I realized that I had to actually change my gear to accommodate the results that I wanted. So gradually, it kind of started in 2013 when I did Zigeunerweisen, and then it kind of gradually sort of, I had to kind of swap out a number of things to be able to actually deliver and to be an efficient player and to actually get what I wanted to get out of the guitar. Another thing that's very important, so I guess that's the 5th building block, I don't know if I got lost in there. I was talking about the coordination, the dynamics and the power. I spoke about the form, very important, right? And now we have spoken about gear. So the 5th building block, the last building block when it comes to having proper sweeps, you need them to be clean, right? You can very easily end up with sweeps that sound way too, it's like a cacophony, you know, it doesn't sound right, because you have to be very particular and very good with your muting. Now, I play without distortion when I do classical, so it's a very brutal sort of assessment. You can hear absolutely everything that I am doing, okay? So it's, actually, I have created a bonus video inside my sweep picking secrets, the virtuoso formula, where I also teach you how to practice properly. But I'm going to give you one of those tips here since you're watching this, and I'm also going to leave this video up. And a very important tip is that you have to practice properly. Okay, you have to practice properly, and the best way to actually practice difficult things on the guitar is to either have no amp or to actually have just the direct input. The brutality that greets you when you practice like this will tweak you and form you into a very good player, because you will hear absolutely everything that there is to hear that is negative with your own playing, right? So the 5th building block and principle of sweep picking is that you need to have very good muting. You need to know what you're doing, and you need to have good muting so that you can actually get clean sweeps that aren't basically a mess, right? So those are the 5 building blocks when it comes to sweep picking, and I share that with proper footage where you can see different angles and how I'm holding my hands and how I'm doing things inside my brand new course, which is called Sweep Picking Secrets, the Virtuoso Formula. I'm going to leave this video up when I'm done here today, so then you can just comment sweep and I will send you a link to it. I'm very excited to bring this to people because it is one of the #1 questions that people ask me when it comes to technique. A lot of people struggle with it and they believe that they don't have it in them to do it, and a lot of it are physiological things that, you know, a few tweaks here and there, and then people can actually sweep, right? So what's very cool about this course that I've created is that I have also created 4 different exercises that I share with you, including the most difficult sweep that I've ever wrapped my head around, right? Very excited about that. I'm just going to check the time because I have a live guitar masterclass. 1 second. I gotta make sure that I'm not. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not late to my thing. So welcome to my house, by the way. It's thankfully, you know, we have different rooms here, you know, because I'm not the only influencer in the family anymore. So you know, my mother and vocal coach slash manager, who you will know very well if you followed my music journey for years, she is now hosting another masterclass. So we now have 2 influencers coming to 3, maybe 4, in not too long. And for anyone who ever wants to get into content creation and use social media, if you have many influencers living in the same household, you need to have either a very big house or you need to find a place where you can go and shoot. So I'm basically in the, I don't really live here, it's not my bedroom, you know, I have just kind of crashed in here so I can go live undisturbed from everyone else, okay? So those were the 5 principles of sweep picking that I shared with you here today. Thank you very much for being here on my YouTube channel. I really appreciate that you guys follow me, and it helps a great deal as well if you give me super chats on here. I believe that's what it's called. I'm still an independent artist. I've been that since God knows when, for years and years and years, and it helps me a tremendous deal, you know, when people engage with my content, and especially when people join my VIP club and they send super chats and things like that as well. So I have decided to go live regularly across my platforms, and you probably noticed that I have another live stream that I did last week where I talk about my brand new music video that I released this January 2025. I released a music video for Set Me Free, which was the last music video missing for my acoustic album Bear It Volume 1. I'm very excited about that video. It was shot in England actually when there was a occasional snowstorm. You know, they don't have a lot of snowstorms in the UK, but we ran out, you know, to actually get that footage and to get some proper snow. And you can see me wear some traditional Norwegian knitwear in the video as well. So that song was inspired by the illustrated children's book I've created that for my younger siblings. It's called The Freezing Snowman, and the lyrics are inspired by that. That's the storyline in the song. So if you haven't seen Set Me Free, make sure that you go and watch it. And I also shared a little video of myself playing one of the hardest sweeps I ever wrapped my head around here. A little short video where you can see me do some guitar playing. So thank you very much for being here, and if you haven't clicked the notification bell button, then please make sure that you actually do. I have a lot of subscribers on here on my YouTube channel, but if you don't click the bell button, then you don't get notified whenever I'm going live or whenever I'm launching something new, okay? So make sure to keep an eye on my channel, and thanks a lot to those who responded to me. I posted a picture post with the text inside my communities tab here on YouTube, and I asked people dogs or cats. There was a lot of cat lovers in there and a lot of people who have cats as their pets. I posted a picture of myself with my giant schnauzer and asked whether you preferred cats or dogs. So if you haven't seen that, make sure that you go and check it out, okay? So I'm going to leave this one up even though the light here is a bit dubious. It's starting to get late here and the light is disappearing. So, but I wanted to go live here today and talk to you guys and share the 5 principles of sweep picking. So if you want to know about that, then go back and rewatch this video. So thank you very much for being here, and there's a new music video coming in February. There's going to be a lot of releases this year, so please click the bell button, the notification button, so that you get notified whenever I'm releasing something new. And there will be live streams with music as well. Today I wanted to share the 5 principles of sweep picking with you and let you know that I have a course that is currently available at 50% off. It's called Sweep Picking Secrets, the Virtuoso Formula. So if you don't have that, and if you really want to nail sweep picking once and for all, make sure you get the 50% discount. I'm going to leave this video up, so just comment sweep and then I will get in touch with you, okay? Now I'm going to run because I'm going to go and host a live guitar masterclass on sweep picking specifically. So if you hurry up right here and right now, like if you're super quick, then I can get you in so that you can join me on Zoom. So if you've been a fan for a long time, or if you're into my stuff, you're into my guitar playing, this is your shot to literally have me in front of you. You can ask me whatever questions that you have, and I can give you feedback on your guitar playing. Invaluable. So make sure that you jump on this, comment sweep. I'm going to leave this one up, and then I will get you a link so you can come and join me on Zoom in 10 minutes. 10 minutes. You can have me look at your guitar playing in 10 minutes. Okay, thank you and bye.